Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I am Queen and this channel is Jenny's Crowns. If you want to learn how to cut and sew this beautiful crop top with bell sleeve, please keep watching. So I won't be drafting my top or any pattern paper, I'll be cutting directly on my fabric. So you can choose to draft your top first before transfer it on the fabric, but I'm going to cut directly. So please pay close attention. So I'll be cutting the back and the front together. This is because I won't be adding a zipper to this top. You can choose to add a zipper to your top, just give your normal zipper allowance. Then your neck depth for the back will be different from the front, of course. You're going to come down for your back piece. The neckline will be 1.5 inch, but I'll be cutting the same neckline for this top. So I have my fabric here folded into two, then I folded it again, making it four pieces for the back and front. So you can make use of 1 yard or 1.5, depending your body size. So I'll mark my bust point here. Also, my waistline is actually 16 inches, but I'll be adding 2 inches to make it 18 inches, and I'll mark it here. Then I'm going to use 1.5 inches for my folding allowance. I'm just going to extend the lines. So this is a crop top. Basically, it's not going to be long because it's a crop top. So just do whatever you want. If you want it to stop at your waistline, stop at your waistline. So I'll divide my shoulder measurement by 2, then mark it here. Then from this point I'm marked here, I'm going to come down by 1 inch just for the shoulder slant or shoulder slope, depending on what you know it as. Then my neck width is 3 inches. My neck depth here is 3.5 inches. Like I said before, I'll be cutting my back and front pieces together, and the neckline will be the same because I'm not going to add any zipper allowance. So I want it to pass through my neck easily. Okay, so to get your chest line, divide your round bust measurement by 6 inches, then add 1.5, then you get your chest line. So I'm going to measure what I have here on this chest line here, then mark it because it needs to be the same for you to get the straight line here. So I'm going to extend it like this, then also extend the lines here. Okay, so go ahead and label chest line, bust point, waistline, and I'm going to mark A here for my folding allowance. Okay, so go ahead and do that. So divide your round bust measurement by 4 and mark it here. Then add 1 inch for ease allowance. Then another 1 inch for your joining allowance. Okay, because this is a top that will have no zip or zipper. So you want to create enough allowances for it to be able to pass through your head and through your other body parts. So just make sure you have it there. So I'm going to transfer what I have at the chest line also at the full length too. You can decide to reduce the full length by 1 inch, half inch if you want it more narrow, but this works for me. So I'll just have the same measurement I have at the chest line also at the hemline, then connect to a straight line. Okay, now we'll create our armhole curve. So for your armhole curve, divide what you have here by 2, get the midpoint here, then mark, then go in by 0.5 inch to create that armhole curve. Okay, so I'm going to connect from here all the way here. So just connect. You can use your curve rule or your freehand to do this, nothing serious. So this is what we have. So on this shoulder line, I'm going to add half an inch to my joining allowance, just this part here. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut this. So after cutting this, remember these pieces are on fold. Okay, I'm going to make this piece my back piece, then this piece my front piece because of this design here. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is to pipe our neckline. I don't have a matching bias, so I'm going to make use of this. After it won't show, so why not? So I'm going to just use this. So I'm placing this here. I'm going to pipe it like this. After stitching it down one side of the bias, then I'm going to turn it over like this and stitch as well. So let me repeat this. So when you place your bias tape like this, I'm going to put it on top the right side. Then after stitching it down, I'm going to turn it like this, folding it backward. There you see I have a clean neckline. I'm going to do this for this part as well, and I'll show you what I have. So after piping the neck, this is what I have. This is the back side, and this is the front side of my fabric. This is the front piece, and this is the back piece. So you can see the back piece. So time to join our shoulders, right? So you face or you place the two pieces right sides facing each other, then stitch here 1/2 inch. Okay, so after stitching, this is what I have. You can see, very neat. The next thing we're going to do now is to fix our sleeves, but before that we need to cut our sleeves. So I'm going to measure my armhole here, starting from this joining line. You can choose to measure the entire armhole, then divide it by 2. So make sure you have the accurate armhole measurement here so that you can cut an accurate sleeve. So I'm going to measure this from here. What I have here is 10.5 inches. So I'm going to make sure that I also have the same thing here. But if you have one part longer than the other, it means that you didn't cut your fabric accurately. You just go in and trim out the excess. So now this is the pieces. I join these pieces together. You can fold your piece into, place it your piece on fold rather, if you want, but I divided my hair and I stitched the center, which is going to serve as my piece, as my folded side. So I'm going to use this line here as my starting line. From this point, come down by 4.5 inches. I'm going to extend the lines like this. Okay, so make sure you have the same 4.5 here. All right, so I'm going to come up here, go in by 4.4 inches or 4.5, depending on what you want. Then I'll get the midpoint here, then connect it like this, creating a curve for my sleeve cap. Now make sure that the armhole that you measured is what you have here. Remember, this is on fold, so you're going to take your armhole measurement. If you measured it full, divide it by 2, then place whatever you have there. So I'm going to put my round bicep measurement and add 1 inch here, then connect it. By the time you measure this, if you do it correctly, you will have your exact armhole measurement. Then the length of this sleeve, I'm going to make it 26 inches. You can make yours longer or shorter depending on whatever you want. Then I'm going to use 1 inch for my folding allowance. So I'm going to extend the line here. Now go ahead and extend your line. So on this line here, I'm going to put down 12 inches. You can make it wider, lesser. Remember, we're trying to get that long effect. It's a bell sleeve, so just connect it like this, the way you see me doing. So just go ahead and connect it like this. Now you can choose to make this lower part wider depending on what you want. But you know, this sleeve, it has some part of, or some kind of drama situation at the lower part. A little bit of drama, not too much drama, but you can make yours a lot of drama depending on whatever you want. So I'm just going to work with it. This is fine. Okay, now I'm going to transfer this sleeve here on the second fabric I have for my second sleeve here. You can choose to cut your sleeve at once together. The reason why I cut them separate is because I just wanted to be sure that I'm not going to make any mistake, because you can see my fabric. I'm just trying to manage them. Okay, so I'm going to place this, then pin this here. I'm using this sleeve as a template here. So I'm just going to cut exactly what I have here. Of course, we're working on two identical sleeve. Okay, just go ahead and cut this off. Okay, now if you take note of the sleeve we're trying to recreate, you will notice that from the center, the folded part of the sleeve, to the other end where we're going to join, you discover that there's some sort of a very big slant or very significant slant there. So I'm going to go up from this folded part by 2 inches. Then I'm going to connect it straight. Take note, I marked the 2 inches on the folded part. You're going to connect it the way you see me doing here. Okay, so now make sure you have a straight line. So I'll just cut it out like this. See, take note what I'm doing here. Exactly. So you see what I have here. Okay, this is what you should have. Okay, you can choose to make yours 2.5 inches if you want, but don't do it too high so that the purpose of that style is not defeated. Okay, so I'm just going to open this. I have two sleeves here. Then I'll show you how you're going to stitch them on your top. So place the folded part, give it a notch, then place it at the center where you have where the two shoulders meet. Place it and just arrange your sleeve. Now you can see that this top is very easy to make, very easy, and yet very cute and unique. So you can make for yourself, for your clients, loved ones, and make money from it. Okay, it's a simple top, but yet it's really, really cute. So I'm just going to arrange this like this. Just make sure if you measured your armhole the right way, your sleeve will fit. Okay, there won't be any excess. It will fit perfectly. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and arrange this the way it should be. Okay, secure this part. Let me secure this end part, then flip it over so that you can see. Okay, so please, if you haven't given this video a thumbs up, please do, please. All right, so when you pin it down, this is what it should look like after stitching. Let me turn it. You can see that slanted side of the sleeve. Beautiful. So I'm going to do the same thing on this other part. So after joining, this is what I have. You can see how it is beautiful, so beautiful. So I'm just going to turn the wrong part of this fabric. So because we're trying to join the sides now, the sides of the sleeve and the sides of the top. All right, so when I join the top, now on this pointed part, stitch from that part 0.5 inch. Don't stitch the 1 inch you have. That place needs to be pointed. I don't know if you get it. Okay, so as you progress up, you can now maintain that your 1 inch stitching allowance that you give for the sleeve, then also the allowance you give for the top. So now I want to explain something. Please pay close attention. Make sure you've joined the sides of your sleeve before folding or before hemming. All right, also this part too, make sure you join the sides before folding. It's going to give you a clean finishing, trust me. All right, so after stitching and joining the sides and full hemming my top and sleeve, this is what I have. So give this a very good press everywhere, iron press everything, just make sure it lays flat. I mean, this top is giving 100/100 minus nothing. It's so cute, simple but cute. You can rock this on your high waist trouser, your skirts, just beautiful. Please like this video, subscribe, of course, share, click on notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload new videos. So until next time, bye.